guys, what's up? This is Jordan Condell at thepixellab.net, and I have an incredibly boring tutorial for you today, which I apologize for. I'm going to be talking about folder structure, organization, that kind of thing, and I think it's something that as creative people we all hate and maybe overlook. But I think it's imperative that we have a plan for attacking some of these things. If you've ever worked on a project with somebody else and you've got that project from them and you're looking through it and it's just a disaster, you know exactly how frustrating it can be. And also sometimes even if you go back and try to revise something that you've done in the past and you're like, what in the world was I thinking? I don't remember any of this stuff, where it is. You know exactly what I'm talking about. So I don't think there's necessarily a right way to do this, but I do think that you need to find a way that works for you and then be consistent with it. So I'm going to show you what I do. I have a folder, useful stuff folder, where I kind of keep all my stock stuff, you know, Cinema 4D materials, textures, After Effects stuff, stock footage. I have a folder down here called template folders. And in here I have a subfolder with project name and date, which I literally just copy, and then I'll go to where I'm working. So let's say I'm working right here in this folder, and then I'll paste it. Then in this project name I can just change that, so Pixel Lab tutorial, and that's my project name. You can put a date there. Inside of here I have a series of folders. These folders lay it out very specifically where all of my assets go. So in After Effects I'll have my project file here, and if I have any assets directly for After Effects I have them here. When I render from After Effects I render to this folder. In my audio I have 3 subfolders: music, sound effects, and voiceover, which keeps it very organized. Cinema 4D, I actually should have a renders folder in here. I've been meaning to do that, so we'll stick that in there. And then the project file will be right in this root, and then any materials will be put in here as well. Final Cut Pro, I got a default template, which is 1280 by 720, which I usually start out with. Then I'll put all my captures and all that information. I'll set it up in Final Cut Pro so that it all logs to here. Finals is where I render out storyboards, drafts, and then eventually the final. So I have kind of each stage of the project file in here for, you know, those different steps where you reach, where you need to go to the client for approval. PSDs is usually if I do cutouts or if I do any treatment in Photoshop, I'll save them here and then bring them into After Effects. RAW is pretty self-explanatory. I got raw footage and raw stills from the client. Keep those in there. And then finally a script. So as you can see, it's extremely well organized, and really there's no guesswork involved. This helps speed everything up, and if you do every project like this, you can go back to a project and very easily update things. Another nice thing is that I have all these folders preset with a little icon of the program next to them, which is really handy. It's really simple to do in Mac. I'm not sure about PC, but you right click and click Get Info. And then in this panel, this little icon up here is actually a drag and drop zone. So what you would do is go into your applications, pick the application that you want, and then drag and drop it onto there. And now it has the After Effects icon on there, which just keeps things even more organized and easier to use. So that's how I do things. Like I said, I don't really think that there's a right or wrong way to do this necessarily, but just make sure that you guys have a plan in place and that you stick to it consistently. Alright, that's it for today. We'll talk to you again real soon. Bye.